The calendar marks February 2026, and there is only one thing left for the year to be perfect: the release of Resident Evil Requiem. We have data confirmed by Capcom, as well as things we've been able to deduce and see in trailers. In order to have all information and be ready for the release of this game, if you're passionate about Resident Evil and you love video games like I do, stay here and watch this video. I'm the OliOli, and let's press start. When we saw this game by the very first time, we were impressed, but we have doubts. Who's the main character of this game? Why is not one of the classic characters that we've seen lately in the previous releases? Well, let me tell you, if you don't know, this is Grace Ashcroft. Is the daughter of Elpis Ashcroft, a character that we play in Resident Evil Outbreak, File 1 and File 2. Grace's motivation is to investigate a serial killer who has a direct connection to her mother's death. This adds emotional weight. Unlike Leon, Grace starts with a little combat experience. The director Koshi Nakanishi confirmed that her weapon handling and reload speed will visibly improve as the game progresses. Something we have been able to see, and that Capcom has explained, is that the zombies in Requiem are more dangerous because they retain fragments of their human memories. We will see zombies trying to use objects or tools like chainsaws or axes in an erratic way. For example, a zombie nurse could swing a chainsaw that slips from her hands due to her lack of coordination, creating unpredictable situations. The game alternates between Grace and Leon in a way similar to Resident Evil Revelations. Grace will have a pure survival horror focus. She has fewer resources. She must use stealth. She can hide under tables and closets, and uses a lighter to illuminate dark areas, which can also attract enemies. This reminds me a lot to Resident Evil Code Veronica. Well, if you play Code Veronica, you must remember when Claire Redfield, she was using a lighter in that game. Leon, for his part, focuses on technical action. His iconic spin kick returns, and he has access to a heavier arsenal to face larger hordes of zombies. You will be able to switch between first and third person at any time from the pause menu. However, Capcom recommends first person for Grace, more immersive and terrifying, and third person for Leon, better for combat. Regarding the technical section and hardware, the game uses an evolution of the RE engine, optimized for the next generation, which would be Capcom's improved graphics engine. One of the most talked about scenarios in the previews is the Sanitarium. This is where Grace faces a persistent enemy in the style of Lady Dimitrescu, or Mr. X in the past, or even Nemesis, who can move through walls and ceilings. Something that we don't have clear yet is who's the main villain. It seems that Victor might be the villain, but we don't have anything confirmed yet, since it could be someone else above Victor. We don't know what are the real intentions behind Victor, but he looks very suspicious. What we know about Victor is that he is a former Umbrella scientist, looking to purify the remains of the city, moving away from typical world domination plans to concentrate on something much more personal and dark. Something that draws a lot of attention in this game is the return to Raccoon City. The game takes place in what remains of the city after the 1998 missile. We will see the iconic locations like the ruins of the police station and an abandoned hotel, but transformed by the passage of the time and nature. You have to keep the context in mind. The story takes place near the 30th anniversary of the franchise and seeks to connect the loose ends between the classic incidents and the events following Resident Evil 6. Regarding who the villain of the plot is, besides Victor, a group responsible for the new outbreak related to Operation Elpis has been mentioned. Something we've been able to see in the trailer is a panic mechanic. Grace has an agitation bar that affects her position and movement when the horror is extreme, which will provide a greater difficulty when playing as Grace and could make us feel more terror. Resident Evil 9 is being developed by Capcom Division 1, the same team responsible for Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village. And yes, it's Capcom, so absolutely, we're expecting something gorgeous, amazing, and terrifying. Something we've been able to see is that Leon is gonna be affected by a virus, and he will look for a cure. This would explain why he will try to contact Victor in order to know what to do to be cured. We have already learned in the last Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase that 6 people who survived Raccoon City have already passed away for the same reason. This virus seems to be called, in quotes, a gift from Umbrella. If you made it to this part of the video, please subscribe. In case that you have more information about what could be Resident Evil Requiem, please share it in the comments so we can all talk about the topic. This has been the OliOli, and I wish you a great day.